Have you ever passed by an old, abandoned house and felt a strange chill crawl down your spine? What if I told you that one such house still stands in the quiet town of Raven Hill, Ohio, and whoever enters it never leaves the same again? This is not just a story, it's a warning. Let's start the story.
In 1996, a young couple, Ethan and Claire, moved to Raven Hill looking for a fresh start. They found a large Victorian house sitting on the edge of town. The price was unbelievably low, but the locals kept avoiding it whenever they asked for details. Claire loved the antique wooden staircase and the wide glass windows. Ethan thought he had found the deal of a lifetime. But the neighbors whispered one thing: "That house doesn't want guests." The first night was quiet, but around 3:15 a.m., Claire woke to faint footsteps upstairs. But they didn't have an upstairs. She shook Ethan awake, and he laughed it off, saying the old wood creaked. But the next night, the same sound echoed, this time louder, heavier, as if someone was dragging something. One morning, Claire discovered handprints on the fogged-up bathroom mirror. The problem? She hadn't taken a shower yet, and Ethan had already left for work. Ethan became obsessed with fixing the basement door, which wouldn't stay shut no matter how many times he locked it. One evening, after hammering it closed, he heard a whisper from behind the door. "Don't lock me in here." When he yanked it open, the basement was empty. But the cold air that rushed out felt like stepping into a freezer. Claire begged Ethan to leave, but he insisted they were just scaring themselves. On their third week, a storm rolled over Raven Hill. The lights flickered, and the house plunged into darkness. Claire lit a candle and saw Ethan standing in the hallway, but when she called his name, the figure didn't answer. The real Ethan came running from the kitchen behind her. Both froze as the dark figure turned its head, its face pale, eyes hollow, wearing a smile that was not human. Suddenly, every door in the house slammed shut at once. The basement door creaked open on its own, and a voice echoed, "You shouldn't be here." The next morning, the storm had passed. Neighbors noticed the house looked different, windows shattered, doors wide open. But Ethan and Claire were never seen again. The police found only one thing inside the house: 2 sets of muddy footprints leading down into the basement, but no footprints coming back up. To this day, the house at Raven Hill still stands empty. Locals say if you drive by at night, you can still see shadows moving behind the windows, and sometimes, a pair of hollow eyes staring back at you. So the next time you see an abandoned house and feel tempted to peek inside, remember Ethan and Claire, and ask yourself, would you dare enter?
If this story gave you chills, imagine what's coming next. Subscribe now, because the next story might just keep you awake tonight. And remember, some houses aren't abandoned, they're just waiting.